Hello and welcome to Thursday's edition of Alienate UK. Slightly different again, but this time it's a live and not a pre-record. I'm joined by Damien Lanceley, or he was. He's just
he's just gone.
And the rapper, London rapper Tierz. So welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an absolute honour. I really appreciate the opportunity.
No, it's great. Do you want to wait for Damien to come back on, or do you want to crack on with what you was gonna start talking about?
I mean, we can wait for Damo. I can start talking until Damo comes back. Oh, there he is. Yeah. There he is.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, it kicked me for some reason. My phone's
do you know what? It just does it all the time.
Yeah.
Last night's stream was a nightmare. It kept booting me out. It's like, how is that even a thing? So, right. So, Damien is an actor and filmmaker from Blackpool. And Tierz is a rapper from London, for those who don't know. So, again, welcome to the show. Take it away. Just go with whatever you want to put out there.
Yeah, so
Damo.
Pretty much, I started with the industry about a year and a half ago, and got into it through somebody who I was become friends with, and then just progressed pretty quick, and then started writing my own stuff recently, which I'm filming one Saturday called Snitch. It's called. It's based on some life events that happened to mine years and years ago. But it's a jewelry robbery that goes a bit wrong. One of the guys gets greedy, ends up spending money that he shouldn't be, gets caught. Then he basically snitches us all up, goes to a safe house. We find out where he is, torture him a bit, steal his money, and then kill him.
Yeah. So why not? Why not?
To put it bluntly, yeah. So that'll probably be out in about 2 weeks.
Yeah. So you're doing all the filming for that on Saturday. You're doing it all in one day.
So I'm acting in it as well. So I'm one of the main guys. I've written the script. I've got all the actors together. I've got all the guns together, the locations, the camera guys, everything together. So I'm not filming it. Emmanuel's filming it from Ashanti Networks. And editing it for me. But I've got everything together.
You're doing putting all the other stuff. So without sounding stupid or anything, how do you know it's all going to be filmed on Saturday?
Because I've written out a way that it's going to get done. So
regardless, whatever happens.
Yeah, it's a short movie, so it's only going to be about 19 minutes long.
Oh right,
it's not a full. Not a full feature movie. But the thing, we've got the nightclub about 2:00 till 6. So before that, we'll film all the end of the movie in the morning.
All the outside stuff.
All the other nitty gritty bits, and then when it gets to editing, it just gets put together that way.
Yeah.
So although you film the end at the beginning, that's obviously still the end of the movie. It's just the times that you can get and the location, pretty much.
So where can you give the location as to where, not the exact location, but
it's going to be in
area
Leeds. Leeds, yeah. Doing it in Leeds. It's the bank holiday weekend carnival as well, so it's going to be pretty packed. Which will be good.
Is that what you was looking at, doing it like that? So there's more people in the background.
Yeah. So we don't need extras and that then.
You've got them anyway.
Yeah, we've got them anyway.
We steal them from the festival without telling them.
Yeah. Public place.
Cool.
So.
Well, yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
So
when
So when did you say that's going to be out?
So I'm filming it on the 24th. We're looking at it getting edited by the end of next week.
Yeah.
Probably try and promo it a little bit in a week and a half, and then aim for the end of the week after. So probably 2 Fridays away.
That's pretty quick.
And that was the one. That was the demo. Invited me up to obviously, kindly perform in the film. But when he sent me the information. Oh, can you hear me? Sorry.
Yeah, it's
signal's
good,
terrible.
It's just.
Oh, okay. So Damon kindly let me to be part of the film, and I looked at I was like, oh, geez. So I was fully invested. I was really excited about the opportunity, but unfortunately, I was already performing and be able to happen. But yeah, from what Damo kindly sent the script, and it looks like, and I know the people that are around Damo at the moment are going to make it happen.
Yeah,
to be an even bigger thing that he already sort of thinks. So yes, it's going to be great.
So are you starring in it?
Tierz was gonna be, but he's
no, I'm not gonna star it. No,
you were gonna be, weren't you? But you're doing a concert.
Yeah, I'm not. Right? Yeah, so I'm performing on and also Saturday. So yeah, I've got 2 different shows going off, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to go through. But yeah, next time, Damo, definitely hit me up, bro. I'm on that.
Yeah. So the next one we're looking at is going to be on to the next subject, isn't it, of your book? So, but we want to get filming, really, isn't it?
So
yeah, definitely. Yeah,
you 2 are just working on. Is this the one that you started earlier?
Yeah, that's correct. So yeah, go on, Damo.
You go. No, well, Tierz has written a book. Obviously, become who he is, haven't you? So, and I'll let you explain it because you'll explain it better.
Yeah. So. So the score is. So I wrote a book about experiences, and it got 2 publishing authors. And yeah, it kind of came nowhere, to be honest. It started as a diary.
Yeah.
But with that, obviously, being in my situation of music and meet some really cool people, one being obviously Damo and now obviously yourself, I was offered the opportunity of turning it into some.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it was like down to the pilot and too much. Now, I kind of then, now we're fast forwarding from that to maybe last year. I kind of thought to myself, okay, cool. Well, now that I'm filming and I'm around cool people in the industry,
yeah,
like sort of put some feelers out for a film, and that's where the script came from. I've actually got right here, like all of the pages, and then I put out people. And the script wasn't good enough. So that's where I then met Stephen Banks, which is a
yeah.
And he's kindly helped. Steve. So he's put a lot of good effort into it. And yeah, we kind of in a situation now, sort of playing with the idea you know, people contributing to, you know, making this happen as well. And so Damo is the lead role. He's going to be playing me, because he's the look, and the and yeah, much about, you know, it's called Tierz behind the smile. So it's like it's the smile is you're okay, but then on the inside you're crumbling, I guess. Damo was sort of chosen because he looks like a hard person. When you get to him, he's the biggest teddy bear in the world.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Where is it crash?
6,500 on Facebook at the moment. Organic, 6,500 on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Organic as well, and yeah, yeah.
Cool. So how long did it take you to write the book, and how long did it take you to decide from the book that you wanted to do more with it?
So realistically, with the book, honestly, it started off as a diary.
Right. Yeah.
Because when I started writing it, I was going through some situations, you know, life situations, I guess, in myself, you know, up here.
Yeah.
And then me being me sort of thing, I guess I thought, you know, I kind of had, you know, conversations with friends and etc. And again, with my situation with the music, I kind of think to myself, well, why not just try this? And then, so I just sat there and then just turned it into a bloody book, to be honest. I'm not even gonna, it was literally so simple. I went to the library at times, I've done some research. But altogether, I guess with the timings, maybe, I want to say 6 months as an overall sort of thing. Because there's interviews in there from people also that suffer, which is a very, you know, important part of the book, where it's not just my experiences, etc. There are, you know, experiences from other people, which when you're reading it, you can also, you know, sort of attach your feeling to, I guess, and understand, etc. So yeah, and then we sent it off to Austin Macaulay. And then bang, they hit me up. I think it was about 4 or 5 weeks later. I was literally in the bath. My other half, she's run up, Dan, and it literally, like, it had this big white envelope, and I'm not even gonna lie, it was a proper stamp, like a candle stamp.
Yeah,
a proper wet, and literally, I mean, I think she's watching now, but she will back me up on that, like, honestly. And it came through, and I was like, yo, okay, cool. And anyway, and then unfortunately, that deal didn't obviously go through, you know, and then we went, or, you know, obviously on myself, to self-publish, and then yeah, the journey is now got it self-published onto Amazon. You know, I look for the script writer to help me professionally. I met Stephen, and now I'm in the great company of obviously Damo, and now yourself. So yeah, you know, it's been a great journey, I can't lie. And one that I'm still learning on. But I have the great people like yourself, and obviously Damo and Stephen and Adrian from Mellow, you know, lots of different people to shout out. But
so do you want to plug the name of the book, so if people want to get it?
Yeah, of course. So the name of the book is Tierz Behind the Smile. It's on Amazon, and
so Tierz, as in how you spell your name.
No, so I haven't done it T-I-E-R.
Right.
So I've done it.
So it's T-E-A-R-S.
T-E-A-R-S. Yeah, Behind the Smile. And the idea behind the title was very much, again, like, you know, and again, this is why it was so obvious when I saw Damo, when we were having conversations, Stephen and I, when I saw Damo and him and I have spoken, and, you know, we've discussed things, for him to play the main role, because he's a strong looking character. He's, you know, and he's a very good actor as well. I'm very blessed and fortunate to have this situation to work alongside him. You know, because obviously with the conversations that, again, that him and I have had, I know that he's, you know, had situations which I'm not going to go into. That's between him and I. But he understands the film. He can play the part, and he looks it. Rather than just like the little me, sort of. Oh yeah, I'll just make another rap song. And you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm really excited to hopefully have this.
It's a completely different way. The acting side's completely different how the music side works. So, and it's. I remember one time I voice noted you, didn't I? And I was like, he rang me, thought I was having a panic attack, and it was part of the script. I was sat on my
mate, honestly, that was like one of the opening things, and it was like we were talking about the film, as Damo was saying, and it was just a random thing. He just sent me this fucking. Sorry, we can't swear on here. Sorry. It was a random fucking thing, and I'm standing there, I'm doing my bit, and all of a sudden I got this voice note from Damo. Yeah. I'm like, what the, what's this? Listen to it, and he's crying, like he's pouring. Bro, are you okay? Like, yo, and I'm like ringing Banksy. I can't go hold of this guy like right now, and then all of a sudden he's like, no, I was just like proving my worth, I guess, I was like, yo, you've already got the job. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy. Like, come on. But that just proves, like, again, like, just how fortunate I am to obviously have him. Not only him, that it's all backwards, isn't it, on the tube? To obviously play the
get your head around it.
And yeah, to have somebody that actually understands, to an extent of what it is, because everyone's different, obviously. But to play the part, it's very exciting to see, the development of the film, and obviously to have him as the sort of lead role, because I can't do what he does, and if I'm ever acting, that's not me. I can just play that part, but yeah.
So
the thing is, though, it's like we spoke earlier and we said, it's your vision and it's the way that you portray it. I portray everything in that book my own way, so it needs to be how you want it when we do it and when we make the products, because we're going to be making something soon. It's all about how you feel about it, isn't it? Really, it's not what my idea of it would be like. And that's how we need to
because yours
work.
would be different, wouldn't it?
Oh, completely different, yeah. Everyone looks at everything different, and the way you'd read it and Tierz wrote it, and I would read it completely different. So it's
I mean, that's again where I kind of feel very lucky to not only in this situation, obviously, just for one, being on your platform, for example, or even having Damo, as a friend. A professional friend, and also outside of that. But my circles very much are professional people. Most of them are guidance, and I'm able to learn from a lot of people. So when it comes down to what obviously you yourself were just saying, Damo, like it's a very prevalent and real comment. Obviously with your experiences or reading it, this is where I'm able to then make the scripts even better and work alongside these guys, because everyone's got their own views, their own ideas, experiences, and literally it enhances the product of the film. And again, this is where I'm very lucky, because I have good people around me, same literally you guys, to add their comments into it. Like, this isn't, I mean, my experiences, my film, my project, it's not. This is just a small seed to help everyone in the world basically to understand sort of someone's experience. And when I get the experiences of other people and comments and suggestions, it's only going to grow it, So this isn't my thing. Like, all I've done is I've written a book. I was lucky to get it out there. I've written the script. I was lucky to, be introduced to some cool people that can make it even better. This is our project. This is our thing. Yeah. I've got my experiences. Everyone. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling, because that's what I do all the time.
Yeah. I know what you mean. It's like you've created this thing, and then it's getting the right people in to fit in them
Yeah.
particular places.
Yeah, correct.
It's like,
correct.
like a family,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
And we
yeah.
help each other.
Because
in
they've all
different
got to
ways.
slot
Yeah.
into each other, otherwise it ain't going to work.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. And there's a lot of people out there that, you know, I kind of find, it's going to come across harsh, but I kind of like with mental health, you know, I've seen a lot of people jump on the bandwagon for reasons of their own, maybe, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You know, and it's very much the same as I find in the music industry, and also, you know, in my early career in the film, there's a lot of people that can just talk because they want to be part of something but not do something. And yeah, obviously I'm fortunate enough again to work with people that don't talk. We move forwards and we create that family, we create that.
Yeah, they get in and we
support each other.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I get what you mean about the talking bit.
Yeah.
It's like it's all right talking, but then it's like what you said, Damien, when you left the voice note for Tierz, it's you proving yourself, you're proving your worth, showing that you can actually do it and not like just talk the talk. You can actually go in and make some of it.
Speak harder than words, don't they? So
yeah, yeah.
A lot of people do talk, but they don't do any action about it. So it's just one of them. And then it's going to be awesome when it gets running. We just need to get this product up and running. We're going to do shortly. I'm going to get this short that I'm doing on Saturday out of the way, and then we're going to work on this more to get something to actually show people. So at the minute, there's a book which is awesome, and there's a script which is awesome, but we haven't got a physical thing for them to see, visualizing what it's about.
Right.
And that's what we need to get out there, really. And that's what we are going to do. That is one thing.
That was another thing that that obviously you and I, Damo, were speaking about, and I spoke to Stephen about as well. Obviously, you know, and I've been mentioned to myself, sorry, a couple of times. It's about the crowdfunding. Now, I kind of feel myself like I see it as a product, and realistically, like there is nothing to see for people to want to pay into, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So very much like to get to the point of investors or, you know, the people that are actually going to sort of work to make this happen, to help us make this work. We need to have a product. So it's very much at the moment, like, and again, like, I'm not going to go into it, but there is an opportunity that Damo and I have discussed that can make this happen quicker than, you know, the industry talk can make it happen, sort of thing, if you see what I'm saying. You know, because we need that thing, the advert, to, you know, to sell the product, basically, to get the feature film and etc. So and as Damo says, it's very much in the works at the moment. We're looking at maybe, I don't know, hopefully the next couple of months, I reckon, Damo. Possibly
6 weeks, probably 6 weeks, really. Yeah, 6 weeks, maybe.
Yeah, to get something moving. But we're not going to go into that because, you know, but
not too much. We're looking at getting moving forward after this show. I'm doing a few conversations, things moving forward. Definitely,
Excellent. So, did you find like your music career helped you progress with the movie making or filmmaking?
Do you know what? It did and it didn't. Okay, so it's a funny situation. I kind of feel like my music career is very much like I'm an artist straight through and through. That's it. You know, that's my love. That's my passion. Now with the music, maybe it's helped because of the connections that I've, you know, sort of created over the years. And they've sort of like known him or her that's in the industry, etc. You know, obviously filming. I mean, I think the most relevant thing for me to create the connection between the music and the film was probably Adrian from Mellow 9, because it was because of the music that I met a guy called Terry Dunnage. and he was doing a great series on his story. I can't remember the name of his book, but he had an unfortunate situation where he got severely burnt, and then he done challenges every few weeks, I think it was. Sorry, I can't remember the story at the moment, but yeah. Anyway, Adrian was the guy that was filming the story, right. And it was on my mouth, and then Terry invited me down and to give an interview about mental health and etc. Discuss the music, and that's where I met Adrian. Now I didn't realize at the time Adrian was an award-winning sort of script writer. He's worked with some absolutely fantastic people. He was the guy that got me on the film with Ashley Chin, and Ashley Chin is obviously Top Boy, huge name. And and I was recently filming with him in one of his projects, which I can't go into obviously, but I was playing a policeman. Really funny stories on that, and hopefully we'll get an interview on that. But yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I can think of at the moment that's sort of connected. And as I say, I mean, realistically, like I came into this sort of film, book, whatever, just on the back of it. Started off as just you never know sort of thing. Talking to you guys, we've got the deal. My music has always been very sort of separate, but I find it now sort of merging. I guess and I've had conversations with like my management about this, and but yeah, it's kind of started to slowly merge. Like people are kind of thinking like, okay, cool. Well, you do a bit of this, you do a bit of that, which is the hardest thing in the world. Because you're like, yo, what do I do now? What do I actually do? Like, I don't know. Like,
it was before you knew where you was going with the music, and now it's like you're being dragged here, there, and everywhere.
And again, it's a great journey, and I was on Channel 4 again recently, and then just before.
It's froze. You hear him?
Frozen. No, it's frozen.
Especially obviously with Damo, and obviously speaking to Stephen and all these different people. But the main thing for me, realistically, is whatever I do or whatever anyone sees. If obviously you follow my journey, everything I do is for my children and obviously my other half. That's it. Period. Because I could drop down dead tomorrow. And that literally, that is my burning, that's what keeps my fire burning, so if I'm having conversations that are awkward with people and all the rest of it, that's it, that's what pushes me, and also the fact that I want to make everyone around me sort of proud as well.
Cool. Thank you for that.
Anyway, that's enough of that.
So Damien, right? So you've done film. Did you say you'd done a music video?
I have. I've done two.
You want
two music videos.
Do you want to talk about them?
Oh, the one's embarrassing. So,
talk about that one.
My first music video. I owned a retro gaming center where people used to pay and play on arcade machines and retro gaming rooms and stuff. And I got approached by a rapper called PJM. He's from Burnley Way, and he hit me up wanting to use my shop for a music video. I obviously said yeah. I then turned around and I was like, okay. He wanted me to be in it. So for me to market my shop, I used to dress up as Spider-Man.
I remember you telling me this.
Yeah, because the logic of it was stand outside my shop as Spider-Man. My target market was for young people to come and play on consoles, but your target market is actually the people who's got the money. So mummy, daddy, grandma, and all that lot. So when they're walking down the street with their kids, they'd come over with their kids. Spider-Man's there. Can we get a picture? Why are you dressed as Spider-Man? Oh, I own this business. This is what I do. Here's a leaflet. We do parties, etc., etc.
So
I had my costume, and then PJM was like, "Do you want to be in the video as well?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So he's got me dressed as Spider-Man, dancing with a load of girls in a American Diner. Yeah, and in my shop, yeah, as Spider-Man. So that was my first music video.
At least
And
you're
then,
hidden.
I'm not, because one of them I'm at an arcade machine with the hood off. And you
Oh,
see the
right.
back. Yeah, so
Yeah.
they do know it's me. And then I kind of didn't do anything about it. I networked a little bit when I was there.
Yeah.
And then I sold that business, moved away. And then that's when Marco hit me up about the first role I ever did.
Yeah.
And then kind of went from there. And then recently I've just done another music video for I think he's called Dylan Prince or something. He's Punjabi. And
Right.
I went to Leicester to film that recently. I was the only white guy there. It's quite
Yeah.
really interesting, really culturally interesting. The way
Yeah.
their food's amazing as well. Oh, Punjabi food's
Yeah.
really good.
Oh,
Yeah, we
yeah.
got platters
Yeah.
of all sorts.
Oh yeah,
Stuff and,
food is
got fed well. Got fed well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was a gangster in that one. To do a few bits in that and shooting some
Yeah.
guns and that, and that was quite good. Waiting for that to come out actually, so it should be out soon.
Oh,
for
you'll
the
have to
music
send
video.
us a link and I'll throw it out there for you.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to be
Both of
loaded
you.
up onto YouTube. So, but it's waiting for that to come out, and then after
Yeah.
that, I think I did Ballistics, and then I've written my own, and then we're doing this with Tierz, and then I've got a few other big things coming up next year, so just waiting on them
Excellent.
to get all the heads up. So yeah, it's the music video.
You're
It's
non-stop.
yeah. Well, no, I do get breaks, and then when I'm on my breaks, I'm doing my training and martial arts. So I do my gym training.
Well, that was
2
the
hours.
next question. Is it the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that you're doing?
Yeah.
You've been
It's,
doing it about
I had
4
a week.
weeks now or something.
Well, I had a week and a half off, so I went to
So
that
you-
London event. Well,
Yeah.
I went to the London event, and when I got back, my sister just wanted me to look after her house for a week, so I was out of town. I couldn't get
Right.
there, and I went back Tuesday or Wednesday. Tuesday it was, I think, and
Yeah.
we did 5-minute rounds 6 times, and I lasted for 1 round,
Wow.
and I sat out for the rest of
Jesus.
them. Oh, I was knackered. I was like, you can tell you've took a week and a half off. My cardio just went.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I ended up just going on the boxing bag and ended up just doing my kick from there instead of like, yeah.
If you only lasted 1 round, I'd like walk in there and pass out. I probably wouldn't even get to the door.
It's so difficult because people think it's so easy, and it's like you've got a 16-stone guy on top of your chest. You're trying to get off of you at the same time he's trying to strangle you. So you're trying to get his arms off you, and then you've got to lock him and get him, and it's hard work.
You got to switch it around,
It's
don't
so
you?
hard. Yeah, it's so hard. And then I'm splitting it up now though, because I'm going to be going back to Muay Thai as well. So I'm going to do that 3 days a week.
Yeah.
BJJ 3 days a week.
Just quickly, Stephen's in the chat, Stephen Banks, and he just said to say hello.
Hi, Stephen. How are you?
So, yeah, he's popped in, which is good.
Yeah.
So, out of all, because I know you do quite a few different martial arts, which is your favourite?
Muay Thai, definitely.
Yeah.
And
is that the one you've been doing the longest?
Yeah, that's when I've been doing long. Boxing, I haven't been doing that long. And with my boxing fight, Tierz actually done my music, my coming out music for that.
Oh, did you?
I think I hit you up at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And he was like,
I remember.
I'll get it
didn't
done.
leave a voice
2
note,
hours
did it?
later, I get this message through going, I've done it.
Yeah,
I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
That was my coming out music.
It was about 8 in the morning. And
it was about 8 in the morning.
Bro, like, would you mind? Yeah, would you mind? I was like, yo, cool, it's easy. Like, and I think I sent it back about 11 o'clock that morning.
Yeah,
I was apprehensive, like, is it good enough, sort of thing. And then obviously he enjoyed it, and yeah, we made it happen. And then thankfully, thank you to Damo as well for the opportunity. It was literally like streamed, and it's on my Facebook right now. People can see that. And it's just a crazy experience. You're just like, wow, like another day. You wake up, can you do this? All right, cool, I'm on it. Come up to my studio, Bang, there we go, bro.
Yeah.
Easy.
Done.
I know.
Wow.
And it's all about the connections and doing each other favors. Like we do each other, we help each other out all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's on YouTube as well, and it's on your Facebook, isn't it? That link. So the fight's actually on YouTube.
Ah, right.
For that boxing one, I thought boxing were more difficult just because I was so used to kicking and elbowing. I had to keep my legs and arms down.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to punch and move about, so it was a bit more difficult than actually doing the Muay Thai stuff. But yeah.
No, I used back in the day, a long time ago. I used to, when I was like 19, 20, I used to do Taekwondo. Did that for a couple of years, and then because that was when I was in Manchester, and the club that I used to go to is in a basement under a church in Salford. But they ended up knocking it all down, like building Salford Quays and all that on it. You know where the media centre is now. So that shut down. Then I did boxing. Didn't do it for like to actually box. I did it for the fitness level of it.
Yeah.
I just ended up started doing a little bit here and there, and it's like 12 weeks into it. It's like I was doing boxing. Didn't have any fights with it or anything. I thought this ain't so bad, but could not do it now. The
thing is, with the fighting stuff, the stuff you learn in the gym, by the time you get in the ring, it's all thrown out the window because the person you're fighting doesn't move how you want them to move, and you've got that adrenaline going. You've got the walk from the door to the actual ring. It's actually very daunting, and then afterwards, the come down of the adrenaline can take you a week or two to actually get back to normal for your body.
Yeah, but it's that 2.5 minutes lasts a lifetime.
Oh yeah, I did 3 2.5 minute rounds for that, and it was horrible.
It's a killer, and that way you get to sit down.
Round, I was out of breath.
Yeah, I can't remember how long you sat down. It was literally you sit down and then stand up. It's like, what? I've just sat down. I've not had time to breathe. It's like, no,
worst thing to do is sit down because that's when you start getting dizzy. I think that's what I thought anyway. Sat down and I stood up and I felt quite dizzy and I was like, no, I need to keep going.
Yeah. So did you ever do they used to call it toe treading? So you'd face each other, you couldn't turn away, and you have to try and step on each other's toes in the boxing ring.
No, never did that. No,
it's all to do with the footwork. So you're trying to stand on there, trying to stand on yours, and that was just footwork alone. It's like
mine was more keeping him at a distance. I was more trying to keep him at a distance, but it was just hard work. Yeah, it was the same thing. Like trying to breathe. You've got that thing in your mouth. You're trying not to dribble. You're trying to breathe out your nose when you've got a bit of a cold. And you're trying to punch it at the same time. You're like,
sweating, concentrating.
When I was training for that, that was mad. So I looked like Johnny Storm half of the time because it was cold. So I was training in November, December, January upwards, and because I was so hot and sweaty in the gym, steam was coming off my body. Like I was about to combust into fire. Like it was pretty cool, but that's when you know you've worked hard. Oh yeah, you know you've worked hard then, and it felt good. So it got me quite ripped up as well, and I've carried on doing it just for that reason. But I'm definitely looking at going to Thailand to train Muay Thai for 28 days. I don't need a visa then if I go for 28 days.
Yeah, you're all right, aren't you?
While we're martial arts, so I trained, many years ago, and anyway, I was speaking to a friend of mine, Ben Whips, a great actor himself, and he's written a film which I'm going to be in, and because of my martial arts experience, he's like, "Yo, you can be on the other in the film. It's a gangster movie, and you can be on the other sort of gang, and." Throwing yourself through tables and all this sort of stuff. So I'm kind of like, I was like, yeah, that sounds great. Thinking, maybe things won't perspire. Yeah. And thankfully for my career, they have. Yeah. And so we've got a couple of dates coming through. So shout out to Benny Whips, John Wick, I call it. Great guy, great artist. Actor himself. And yeah, so we're going to be filming very much my first, you know, sort of. So listening to the discussion, obviously from Damo, you know, being a, you know, a great martial artist, I'm going to have to get back in the gym. Oh, it's my boy.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can come up.
Hello.
Hello.
My boy.
Hello.
You love
okay?
boxing, don't you? He loves boxing.
Yeah.
Does he? Keep doing it. Don't give up.
Yeah, the thing is, with actually fighting in the ring and fighting on set, it's complete different.
Yeah, because it's choreographed, isn't it?
Some of the moves that you do learn is unethical. Like, I know how to do a tornado kick now, but I couldn't do that in a fight scene because by the time I've done it, they would have grabbed me and thrown me to the floor.
Put you on the floor.
Literally.
Especially, I'm only short. I'm only 5'5" and a bit.
Yeah.
So it's some of it's unethical, and you just got to think: is it going to work that way? We had a guy once I was sword fighting with, and he kept spinning round, and one of the guys were like, "Look, by the time you span round with that sword, I've kicked your leg from underneath you and stabbed you in your chest.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do that in a Viking setting, so don't do it in a movie. You wouldn't do it, so don't do it. You know, when someone's getting strangled out in a film and they're let down there for 30 minutes and the house has been robbed, it's like, well, no, you'd only be out for 7 seconds."
Right. Yeah.
It's realistically, so if they want a realistic, you need to be
You've got
realistic.
to do it. Yeah, how it is.
Yeah.
So who does your choreography? Do you have different people each time?
Oh yeah, different people. We've got a really good one, Christopher Toretto. He's awesome. We've got Jack of all blades. He's from Leeds.
That's a good name. I like that name.
Well, that's his company name. So he does a lot of sword fighting. He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's Bo, who trained me on set with Josh Myers. There's loads of different ones. There's another one called Mark who trained us on geezers. I can't remember his last name, but he was awesome. Christopher Toretto, he done a few choreography stuff with us on ballistics. Yeah. And he's got some big stuff coming up as well. So he's got what's he got? Oh, he's got Outlaw coming out. He's looking at getting funding for that, and I think it's Thicker Than Water it's called. He's getting funding for that one as well. He was looking for investors on that, so he's wanting some help on that to get him a better actors and better, obviously, the filming all paid for and everyone being up and paid basically. Yeah, so he's doing really well. He's got a lot of stuff and a lot of things that he's been writing.
Yeah.
Hopefully I get to work with him again.
Yeah. So how difficult is it for you to go out, get this movie, get it all scripted, get everything you need, all the props and that, and then for someone to come in and go, yeah, like I'm talking like the big production companies, because I noticed a lot of what you've been saying, a lot of it's independent stuff.
It is, yeah. Even the bigger ones, they rely. Well, the bigger ones, they rely on obviously what they made from the first movie, which they probably invested on their own money and had things like crowdfunding and Indigo going at the time. So they'll have that, do a feature, it'll make decent money, and then they'll go up whatever they make off of that. The staff would get paid, and then whatever's left, they'll put into the next one, and that's how it usually works. And that's what Marvel and everyone, they all do that.
Right. No, I was just wondering, because obviously you've got the big production companies and that. Do they ever contact you, or would they ever contact you, or would you have to reach out to them, or is it a bit of both?
Agent really, and the bigger ones.
Is it?
So so if you've got a good agent, or it hits even Spotlight or anything, it goes to their table first, and they'll say they'll send all the profiles out.
I kind of feel like as well, like I'm less experienced than Damo, obviously in the film industry.
Yeah,
but I literally had this conversation with my manager earlier. And a couple of days ago actually, and it was about music, obviously, to get to a point of So if you see like the top 5 record labels in the world, you know, Universal, Island, etc., etc. Now, it's kind of, in a sense, it's, if you've got an agent, like a good agent, you can probably get there. Okay, you can probably get there in the eyes of them, but it's better to have the product, like musically, where they approach you, because that's where the big money, and you know, you create it. So I'm kind of putting this in a sense of, obviously, like, you know, obviously with regards to obviously the film that I wrote, obviously the demos in, and etc. that we're trying to work on. That's why it's so important to have obviously the demo, I guess, in the sense of musically it's a demo, in the idea of a film. You know, it could be called a short or whatever you want to call it. But that gets the eyes on your product. You know, and if it's good, be so fucking good that, you know, you get like the Universal film studios and all the rest of it. So and to be honest, like, I don't feel that there's any sort of cheat code to it. Like, and Damien will back me up on this as well, because you can work so hard and believe in something, but there is no, like, you know, you could pay all the money. Well, in fact, no, that's rubbish what I'm about to say. I was about to say, like, you could pay all the money in the world and you still wouldn't get it. You would, obviously. That there's a lot of people that I know that have paid a lot of money and into their craft, but it ain't down to talent. You know, it ain't that down to the thing. If you want to, you know, get to the big, literally, it's money. You know, you can pay for YouTube views, you can pay for Instagram follow, etc., etc., etc. But the problem is the product is never fucking good enough. That's it. You know, and that's why it does real quick. Now, with like the product of obviously the film or etc. You know, you have to make them come to you, sort of thing. You know, that's my view, sort of.
So are you?
I've even had people approach me recently for my IMDb, saying, "Pay us this money and we'll mess with the algorithm so you get a better score." So the way the score works on a star meter for that is like, the lower it is, the better it is. So if you're number 1, you're best. Mine hit 77,000, and that's on my own doing. And I've had people come to me going, "Oh, I can get you better than that." And I've seen people with who've done lesser movies than me with like 36,000 star meter, and I'm like, "How have you got that? The film's not even that good. You've obviously paid somebody to do the algorithm thing, and it's the same thing. You can get it."
Yeah, well, I get emails, messages all the time for TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Oh, they'll take a screenshot of my YouTube channel or the analytics and that. And they'll go, "Oh, you're here, but you can do this and you can do that." I'm like, "No, thanks." Well, we'll do it. Are you going to do it for free? Yeah. Are you going to do it for free? No. Well, then I'm paying you to get fake. I class it as fake followers. It's not organic. I've never paid for followers.
And that's what Tierz was saying earlier. All is organic followers, like same as mine. I'd rather do it on my own and say I've got to 77,000. No, I'm not at 36,000. I got to 77,000 on my own. I was at 6 million when I started. You know, like, that's a big jump. So I'd rather sit there and go and do the struggle and go, "Well, I've done that on myself."
And know you've done it.
Yeah.
I know people that have got YouTube channels and they've paid and they've got like 20, 30, not all of them, there's a lot of them that have done it on their own. They've got like 20, 30,000. But it's like exactly that amount. It's not like 20,428. It's like exactly 20,000 on the dot. Like definitely paid for it.
But the 100%. I used to manage artists, a couple of artists in the music industry and etc. And there was a couple there with big numbers on their Instagram, sorry. And you know, and you kind of think like, okay, cool. Well, you've got these big numbers. The stats are very much in, for example, Asia. You know, you're killing like 23,000 views a month. You know, and then you're looking at like the realistic situation of like, okay, cool. So if you got, for example, hypothetically, 20,000 views in Japan. Oh, wait, sorry. Let's just say, a small place in Japan, one of the little cities, etc. And why don't we then contact the clubs? We'll put you on, because a ticket's going to cost you what, maybe £1,000 to get out there, bit of food and all the rest of it for maybe 3 or 4 nights. Now, if you're selling tickets £20 because they want to see you, you're going to make back like, say, 2,500, etc. You see like what I'm trying to get. Yeah. But unfortunately, there was the score of no, because of well, and this is why, again, it's very important to have the product. Like everything that Damo does, I know for a fact, is organic. Everything that I do, like on my Facebook, is all organic, because at the end of the day, when you do get these bigger names, Universal Film Studios or etc., come to you about your film or about your music, they're going to ask you, okay, cool, well, can you perform? Can you hit a date? Like, okay, cool. You need to know for a fact, like, all these, I've got 4 million bloody followers on my Instagram, but only one's going to turn up and it'll be my bloody girlfriend or something stupid. It's going to ask questions. You look like a prat. You're better off having 250 turn up, and you'll be able to sell merchandise and etc. etc. Do you know? It's just and to be honest,
followers.
It's just like and you're better off just being honest with the score, like and we live in a world where everyone we need to make a quick buck, and everyone wants to be famous to an extent, I guess, until shit gets real. But anyway, that's the real survive. That's it. The real survive. That's it.
So are you guys?
It always gets found out in the end. It always gets found out in the end, so there's no point in bullshitting about it. Yeah. Go, well, this is what I am and this is what I do. You have to like it or you don't. I'm a bit like Marmite. Simple as that.
Well, I've always thought that the people like come in the chat, and there's loads and loads of regular people that are always in the chat. And not everyone, or same people like that watch it, but not everyone can get in the chat. Whether they're watching it on the TV or they're at work and they've just got it on in the background. I get all that. And like certain times, where like this time of year where people are on holiday during the school holidays or looking after the kids, all that kind of stuff. So you do get a drop in numbers at particular parts of the year. So I understand, I get all that. But it's the... I forgot where I was going. It's... No, it's completely gone. This happens. Honestly, this happens like every single time I do. Just mind blank. Oh, right. Yeah. So you get the followers. So I was just looking at what Stephen Banks had dropped. That was it. He goes, I agree with you, Andy. If you create a good following on your own merit, then there are dedicated followers. And that's what I believe I've got with this channel. The real people. I've met a lot of them. I talk to quite a lot of them on a regular basis. And it's all good. And they'll always give me feedback, good or bad. Thankfully, 99% of it is good. But then I send these people that are paying for followers. I did consider it at the very beginning just to get that. But then once you pay that initial, say, I think it's like 250 quid for 2,000 followers, they're not all going to stay. So you're going to get a drop in them. And then you have to keep paying, and it's going to be a recurring thing. But it's for me, it's not about how many people are subscribing. It's about how many people join in, and how many people watch it and watch it back. It's also about I'd rather have a handful. I'd rather have a handful of genuine than 2,000-3,000 fake.
And the
it's all about relevance as well, isn't it? Do you not think?
Yeah.
If you're paying 2,000 followers, they might not like your content at all, and be like, not following that. You need them to be authentic in that way, because then you know that they're actually going to be there when everything gets real. It's like they're going to follow you all the way, but you pay for them. They might not like it.
It's very much like I've always taken I've always taken it a lot. It's going to come across bad. But I've taken, honest opinions that are bad a lot better than the ones that are good, because everyone can blow smoke up your ass oh, that's the best tune ever, or that's the best film, or what. No one's saying, yo, you missed this little bit, or that didn't sound quite right because of, and that's where, as you know, obviously, you know, ourselves as artists in our own craft, we need to have that, because at the end of the day, like I kind of see it as like a machine. Now, we are like said car, for example. We look on the outside, fuck me, like, you know, all these great followers and, you know, loyal fans, and you know, they're supporting every single time we turn up to a show, or you know, or they're watching a movie.
Yeah.
But on the inside, if there are little cracks that people have seen but not said about, bang, that's just going to go bang real quick.
Yeah,
that's it. So it's better to have, you know, real people with real honest comments, you know, because that's what's going to make you work, you know. And we see all the time in the media, you know, the greatest celebrities in the world are being pulled on little bits. Most of the time, not always correct, 'cause it's media. We all know that they're a bunch of bricks. But it's good to have those that are close, the real loyal followers, you know, organic, telling you you've done wrong. Like, a lot of the time, that's going to do you a lot better than, you know, sort of like the good blowing smoke up your ass, you know. And you know, and again, to get to the bigger boys, you need to have this. That's the smoke, you know. That's the bit. You know, that's what works. That's it.
So were you saying about having a product? It's like I call that branding itself, like self-branding, branding yourself, whatever. So what did you struggle doing that, or did you think, oh, that's a walk in the park, that's the easiest part of doing this? No.
Me personally, I kind of.
Sorry, go on.
Oh,
it went
Damon,
off.
go.
No, go on. I wasn't saying anything.
I was like, you're shaking his head.
Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. Okay, so for me personally, and again, like I actually said this, I had this conversation, very much like as a brand, I guess, because Tierz is like Team Tierz is the brand. Okay.
Yeah.
Now under that, I wouldn't say it's been easy. I wouldn't say it's been hard at the same time. It's kind of just happened. You know, I never planned for the book. I never planned to be on Channel 4 before Christmas. I never planned to bloody, you know, do shows with Dappy or you know, be interviewed about my movie or write a script. So I kind of think it just happened. I think the journey at points have been hard to keep this sort of up at times, because there's a lot more down days, not in myself, but just generally, like, because of opportunities, or you know, it's a simple fact of, like, for example, you know, I was invited by Damo to film in his film this weekend, and I'm excited about that. You know, it's another film, another, you know, string to my bow. But then all of a sudden, I'm booked to perform in The Alchemy, obviously on Friday, for the pre-carnival warm up, and then the next day I'm performing, you know, to raise money for Child's Cancer Trust.
Yeah,
you know, and at the same time, obviously, I'm working a sort of part-time position. So you know, I've got a family, so it's kind of like, as the whole product, it hasn't been hard to create it because I'd never tried that. I started off as a, you know, an artist, a rapper. I think the beginning was hard, but now, like, things are snowballing, and you know, it's all becoming a package, I guess. It's becoming easier to deal with because, you know, it's exciting. I fucking love it. You know, hopefully, real soon, it's gonna, you know, come into realization for everyone. You know, we'll see. I don't know.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Thank you,
Damien. I'm the same with Tierz on that. I agree with him. Like, we're our own product to sell, so we are the product. So when somebody wants us, we need to sell ourselves and market ourselves, and we need to portray a certain way. some days that's hard because we are normal humans as well.
Yeah.
We have normal lives and feelings, and that can get on top of us. And there's days that I've sat there and I've questioned myself, and I've
literally
been on the phone for years, and I've been like, I don't want to do this anymore. Can't do it. Why am I bothering? Like, so many days have been like that. But then you push through, and like Tierz has said, something comes up, and you're like, wow, that's what I was waiting for. That's just boosted me. And you never know what's going to happen. There's people in the background talking about you. You don't even know they're talking about you.
Literally.
And stuff. Yeah, and it's just like you're sat there thinking nothing's happening, nothing's going on. What am I doing with myself? Why am I bothering? And then next thing you get a message going, "Been talking about you with producers for last week. We really think that you'll be doing well on this movie."
Yeah.
And you're like, "What? Where's that come from?"
So when you're having your down day, that's probably the same time when they're having that conversation about it.
But that's the thing as well, isn't it? Like that is like the big thing for myself. Like what Damon was just saying. Like my opportunities in the music right now are phenomenal. You know, Damon and I, I'm not going to go into it, but we spoke this morning actually. Well, the voice notes, Damon, you know, and you know, and you're talking about going abroad to perform with literally one of the biggest artists in the world, literally, and then and the guy that is sort of managing me at the moment, he raised, well, he's attached to one of the biggest names in the world, and you know, I've been offered like a recording contract with, you know, again a very big name. Sorry, I can't go into any of it because obviously
no. Appreciate you telling us this.
And then all of a sudden you sort of like, and then you're back and, you know, sort of doing a bit of, well, obviously my part-time job, which I'm not knocking because I'm very fortunate for that. The people shout out to them if they want. But it is like Damo was saying, you know, you have these situations where you're like, what the fuck am I doing? What am I actually doing? But then all of a sudden you're like, yo, like this morning, like woke up, like Damo messaged me up, and obviously now we're on here, and then tomorrow I've got another for another thing, and you know, we're filming, we're doing this, and you're like, this is why I do it. This is why I do it, because it's the buzz, and it's like, it is part, you know, I enjoy the struggle as well. It's like a drug, you know, and I'm sure Damon can back, you know, because it's just like, no, I want to hit that milestone. I want to do that. I want to do it, you know. I want my kids to, you know, hear me, and you know, and to be honest, I want one day to be able to sit around the table with my good people and just laugh, looking back. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, do you remember when we done that? Or this was do you know what I mean? And it's not, you know, I kind of think it's like you either got it or you haven't. And that's in any sense, whether you want to be an Olympic champion or you want to be the greatest fireman in the country.
Yeah. He's gone.
He's gone, yeah. What happened there? Yeah, so it's like you need that kind of pain to get you through it, I think.
Yeah, you've got to have all these different emotions to.
Yeah, and it gets easier.
So it feels so it's real. It keeps you grounded as well.
It does get easier as well, because then you sit there and you think a year ago, you sat there and you're like, well, a year ago, I was like in the same situation I'm feeling now, but I know what's going to happen because I know last time I felt
already,
all this stuff went boom. So I need to feel that way to make myself. It's probably because in my acting, I use a lot of personal pain to portray the character.
Right.
I mean, there's a guy I met once. I was on film with him. I met him the first time I ever met him, and I had to be angry towards him. Never met the guy in my life. I've no reason to be angry at him. So I had to sit back and think of a situation I was in, what made me angry, and then that's how I did it. So I had to have that pain, even though I didn't want it before. And I had to have that to think about it, to go, right, now I'm angry. I'm just going to picture this guy as the person who pissed me off. And now I'm angry. And there's no other way of doing it. You can't, otherwise you're just going to sit there and be like, well, I can't be angry at somebody who's just said hi to me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It is.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've come to the end. We've gone over the hour mark.
Yeah, that's gone quick, huh?
I know. Do you know what? It's gone miles better than I expected. Do you know, I'm not saying it. That sounds wrong. It wasn't that.
Sandy.
I was expecting it to be so shit.
I didn't mean. I meant because I normally do the paranormal stuff and what have you. And a lot of people in the chat are used to me talking about paranormal and all that kind of stuff. And I'm new to like the entertainment, the media side, and like interviewing people. Like when I was in London, I met Damien and that the other weekend. All that was new to me. And I was literally thrown into the middle. I kind of threw myself into the middle of it all. I'm like, I didn't know. I didn't know if I'd be able to carry this. And I'm like, because this is the first live one that I've done with like in the entertainment business. I'm like, I hope to God that these two can do it because I don't know if I can. And it's just, but it's worked. And that's what we were saying before about it just working, the dynamics of it and all that. So thank you both. Appreciate that. That didn't come out how it was meant to come out. But I just
it's fine. We'll sit around the table one day and we'll laugh about it, right?
Yeah. I know. I'll laugh at me. Right. But it was it come out a lot better than I expected. Than how I visualized it, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
So it wasn't. I was knocking it out for knocking it too.
Thank you for having us.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
On. Yeah. And if you ever want to come on again, you are more than welcome. I've got Johnny Wilson's on next week, and Chris Cutler's going to come back on. Just because the music that was on when we was in that room doing that interview, the music when he was on was a lot louder, so it's flagged up as copyright on the video. Yeah. So it's like, look, can we do it again? But obviously there'll be no music in the background.
Chris can talk to you about this film that I'm doing because he's in it.
Yes. Yeah, because he was saying about the 2 books that the 2 movies that he's doing into books.
No, he's in Snitch as well. He's doing it on Saturday.
Oh yeah, he did mention that. Ah, right. Well, he's on in about 3 weeks' time, so it's good that you're all together because it's like that close-knit family thing.
I kind of feel like the higher you get in the industry, I found this in the music, the higher you get, the more. The closer the circles get, it's like, okay, cool. And that's the thing like I was saying earlier on, like you either want it or you don't because the great succeed. That's it. Period.
I think if you want it, the circle becomes solid. There's no gaps.
100.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's a key thing of making it work. Definitely.
Yeah, it's all about support and work hard, smiling to the top.
Yeah, well, just before we go, if you ever need someone doing a podcast in any of your movies, I'm here.
I don't know. That's a good point.
I'll throw that in there while I can.
I don't know, because it'll be your first time, and I'm kind of apprehensive about how it might go, you know.
Yeah.
But we'll see, you know. I reckon you might do a good enough job.
Right. I'll be all right.
It's not how I envisioned it.
Can we dress up as aliens, right?
It'll be my first time.
Yeah. Do you want me to dress up in one of them inflatable alien outfits and that?
I can do that if you want. Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
No. It's been great. It's been a good laugh. It's been a good insight into it as well. So it's like with you doing the music and then you doing the film and the book, and then Damien doing the script writing and the film and the acting, and both doing the acting. It's just a massive weave of everything going on all at once.
Yeah, we just don't want to get real jobs.
No. I like training too.
Lazy cunt.
Right, and on that note, I'm going to end this.
Yeah,
honestly, a massive thank you for coming on.
No, thank you so much.
It's been amazing. It's been great. It really has. So, if you're all right to hang on after we come off air for a quick chat, is that okay?
Yeah. I just need to have a piss. I really. Oh shit, are we still on air?
Yeah.
No, I'm good for after that.
You're fine. Don't worry. Right. So thank you everyone for coming in the chat. Everyone watching. Everyone listening on podcast. We'll be back tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. normal time, where we're going to be talking to Dr. Kate Sherrill, who's going to be talking about vampires. So enjoy the next 20 odd hours, and I'll see you at 8:30 tomorrow. Take care. Goodbye. And thanks again, guys. Bye.